I'm going to show you a technique that I use when I've got a reed that's just a little bit too hard. I'm not one to spend a lot of time working on reeds. My schedule's pretty hectic, so when I get a chance to play saxophone, I want to play saxophone. I want to practice. I want to do, I want to be playing the horn rather than adjusting reeds. And occasionally, I'll get a box of reeds, and out of 10 reeds, they're usually pretty consistent. So, 7, 8, 9 of them will play pretty well. And then I'll get one that's just a little bit too hard, that doesn't respond like I want it to respond. And then, it's not just a soprano, but on the tenor too, and alto. But I've found a really quick trick. And some of you may already know how to do this, but it requires no tools except 2 hands. And it'll make a reed that's sometimes not playable, one that you just chunk in the garbage, to one that will respond for you. Some people are not going to like the technique and say, well, you're breaking down the fibers in the reed. Well, that's true, because basically what I'm doing is I'm breaking in the reed really quickly by doing this. But this one, it's almost right. And I didn't want to go through a box of reeds to find one that was too hard and waste all those reeds. So I'm going to show you on this reed right here, and it plays okay. It's still a little bit hard. It could use some adjustment. I'm going to play just a little bit. The bottom is just a little bit hard to play, but here's what you do: you take the reed out, and you take the table of the mouthpiece, this flat part right here. You want to take the reed and put the tip. Can you see that? I've got the tip of the reed, and my thumb. I'm holding it with my thumb. And I'm going to just give it a few flicks, and I'll pull the reed in just a little bit and then push the reed back out that way just a little bit. And it's this technique's like Brill cream. A little dab will do you. If you go too far, then the reed's going to be too soft, and you're back to having a not so good reed anymore. And if you get the reed too soft, sometimes you can take a trimmer and trim it. I don't like to do that. But if you get a reed that's too soft, if you've got one that really plays well, sometimes you can trim just a little bit, and it'll play some more for you. But this reed now should play a little bit better than it did, and let's see if what I'm telling you is the truth. Get it on the mouthpiece really well. Okay. Oh yeah, that's nice. Hope that helps.